Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to From the Depths with me, Lathrix, and a newly armed Influenza. Yes, our lovely ship in front of you now has an AI, it has laser weaponry, and it has these adorable little front-facing mounts, which are rather cool in my opinion. So interesting. I've been quite busy off camera. I've been doing some work, of course, around the Influenza, but I've also been doing some other stuff less to do with the ship in terms of looking up stuff, thinking about things, reading comments. You get the general idea, as I'm recording this just after posting the last video. So, one thing is that I've accidentally barged myself in, but one thing is that there are indeed, and many of you were right about this, there are indeed these things, the dedicated heliblade spinners. Now these essentially act like the spinner blocks, however you can pour your energy, your engine power into them to actually increase the amount of lift they get. They're also more stable and less laggy. Now, that is the case, and however you may see I haven't changed them. There's a very good reason for this. Two reasons. Reason one, I'm a lot more used to the regular kind, and so I can use them a bit better, but that's not really a good reason. The best reason for me is every time I do try to use them, what I do notice is because of the strength, and particularly if you're doing like what I'm doing and having extremely large blades on purpose for the looks, you can run into problems if some of the blade or one of these sections is actually destroyed. So let's say, first of all, I haven't saved it, but yes. So let's say I lose this one here at the front. Because of the strength of the blades, these back blades will cause me to flip forward so darn quickly, it's unbelievable. So that's one of the huge concerns I have. And in addition to this, if you're going to make it this big, if you pour any power into it, it's simply not going to fly properly. It's far too much power and it ends up flipping itself, even with the jet stabilizers, which I do now have hidden behind these little mini flag things. So it's more of an issue of the more basic variety is better if you're going to be stupid like I am and having the excessively sized blades. If you use the other ones, it's a bit out of the question, silly. Also, I had already made this prefab with these guys and I was too lazy to change it. The front-facing ones certainly would be better using the heli blades. Anyway, I'm going to very quickly restart this lovely thing we're seeing here. I'm going to very quickly restart the designer, because I do need to change a few things about the ship, and it'll be a lot easier if I'm on the ground again. Okay, so we're back, and I've done the very minor changes I needed to, which was simply to do with the AI. I'd had it so the attack run was far too close to the enemy, and our lasers simply couldn't hit them. Now, I could be using the turret type that can actually face downwards, however, I found that causes a bit of a few problems with the metal clashing into metal, and then I couldn't build up the turrets. Obviously the turrets right now are very simplistic and I will be building them more later, but I'm just trying to get a balance at the moment so the thing doesn't tip one way or the other. Let's just test out the guns, because I want to. Where's the Marauder? There he is. There we go. Firing away happily with our laser. Yes, the lasers are very powerful, by the way. They are actually stronger than the front-facing lasers on the Ecoli. They're not as strong as its turret, because the Ecoli's turret is ridiculous. But as you can see, it's not exactly a weak set of guns. But that's not enough for me. It's nowhere near enough for me. What I really want, honestly, is some missiles. Some missiles and some basic turrets, because we do have a lot of space. And what I'm thinking is, if we're careful enough and we have failsafes, we could perhaps add a very small turret section onto each of these red sections. Now, to test this theory, plonk, I'm going to be using a sub-object we made a long time ago, which is the Ecoli IA, I believe. Yeah, that's the one. And this one is essentially it's the turret, which is on the side. It's the very small side turret that's on every Ecoli. Now, there isn't actually a middle to this, so that everyone's going to have to be slightly forward. Actually, the first one will be slightly forward, the last one will be slightly back. So let's put it in. No, that's the old gun. That's the old style of gun. I did save the other one as well, though I did like this one. This one you've probably never seen, Stone Thread. This is the prototype of the side turret, and it might actually do better here. This one was a faster shooting variation, but it had less power behind it. I'm tempted. I am tempted, but I think I'll go and quickly. I may have accidentally I may have. Oh yes, the main 2. I believe the main 2 is what we ended up. Yeah, I'd have. That's, by the way, that's that is the mega turret, which is currently on the front of the thing. It's prototype. Probably not best to have one of those. Okay, so I'll be right back again. I'm just going to quickly grab the E. coli's side turret, the actual recent version. Okay, and we're back yet again. I'm sorry about all the cuts here. I don't actually have too much time to record today, that's why we're doing quite simple things to the ship, but I do hope to at least add some stuff and kind of explain what I've done so far, so that's kind of the whole point. In the next episode, we'll be bringing this thing into the campaign in its finished form, so I'll still be doing a lot of work off camera. So, let's see. We'll be putting it here then, first one. There we go, and that is actually the E. coli site. Yep, that's the right one. It just doesn't have the paint on it, sadly, which is kind of a sad thing. I mean, you'd think it would. Now, if I do fleet mount, let's make it completely red. No, it wouldn't do anything, okay. So this is going to slightly favour the back, which is fine, because we're actually slightly front heavy, very, very slightly. There we go. With that one there being one further back. Okay, fantastic. Which means there's a good chance that one of the turrets I did drop was actually able to be put there. Wow, that didn't mirror. Sub-objects, by the way, are meant to mirror, so that's interesting. Look at us twist, but we're not falling down, which is the important thing there. So that one goes there. Actually, how high did I put it? That's the question I've got. The turret segment itself is there. Okay. Put you into place, and then one further onwards, like here. Okay, and then one further onwards again. There we go. So now we have side turrets. Now those will probably be used mostly for shooting straight down and shooting things directly above us, because remember, these are actually AA guns, which means they can fire directly straight out, so they will actually be able to fire there. So it's going to have a weird kind of use there. Are we just turning? Yeah, we're just turning, that's why we're looking like we're falling. Yay, we've got back in range to shoot, so I was correct to change as I did. Now, there's a good chance, am I actually holding the turret? No, it wasn't. Good. Save it mirrored correctly, 3 on both sides, yep, still front, and now it's more front heavy because of where the red things are, so I'll have to weigh down the back. I could just put a turret on the back, but that's almost never going to get a safe shot with that turret there, so we'll have to think of a way later on to weigh down the back. It could be as simple as just putting some lead there. If we can't find something functional to put there, we'll just add some lead and it'll solve the problem. Okay, so let's see, AI, we want the local weapons controllers, put it there. We're currently in that picker mode, there we go. And then we're going to, let's just put in the receiver first. Oh. It's going now, but with no failsafe, it may cut into my own ship. That's cool, look at that shooting directly down, that is cool. Okay. That's actually really nice, okay, that's exactly how I wanted to see it fire. That is actually really, really nice. So now we also want, of course, the failsafe, and we're just going to do this to each turret. So I'll be back once I've done that. Most likely, if future Lathrix decides to edit it out. Okay, and we're back. All of these turrets should now indeed be functional. So let's spawn in another enemy. I like using the Marauder because it has a lot of weight behind it, but also can't really fight things in the air. So testing against them is quite nice, because, well, it's a lot of things to hit. Let's hope our turret should be able to hit that. They should. Yes, that's what I wanted to see. Oh, is it the turret shots themselves that's causing the recoil? Yeah, it is, but it's not too bad. We can always just add a quicker recoil side to it. Oh, and now they can't fire because we're cutting into our own ship. That's also really good to see, because it means that the failsafe is in fact doing the job it needs to do. Is it doing enough damage? The actual... Yeah, the turret segments are doing just fine. I think I'll probably improve them again off camera. What I'll do is I'll add... They do need some more explosive shells, some more explosive warheads to them. There we go, now it should start turning, which it is, fantastic. The reason why it took so long to turn is because I've just set up the AI, so it has to be quite far away before it can do that. The gun's recoil is definitely too much. We definitely need some more recoil reduction. That's what's causing it to go upwards into the sky right now, because it's actually front heavy, remember, so okay. Oh, of course, we have no ammo on this thing. We actually have no ammo on board the ship, by the way. So at least we've got something to weigh down the back. We can weigh it down with some ammo barrels, and of course the ammo producers the processors. Okay. Why is it so front? Okay, now it's going back to normal. So it was just the turning. A combination of now having more... Oh! We also, of course, have more white on the top, meaning that these turning sections here are no longer in the centre of white, which they were before. Which means these have to go upwards as well. Okay, so multiple things I need to change. It's all just about figuring out the balance. Engine, let's ignore that. It's at the back, okay, so resources, we'll add some armour around these as well, so let's put some ammo barrels in. There we go, and they want some ammunition processors. That'll do for now. And then some metal, so right down the back. Could use beams, should use beams, not using beams. I am having mirroring, aren't I? Good. Good! That tends to be a good thing to do. Okay, went a little bit too far there. And then all the metal is added. Just a little bulkhead there. To weigh down the back. I'm guessing we're currently turning. Is that what's causing us to fly into the air again? One of our engines currently online. Influenza off. Let's see how we rest now. Because we have just added quite a bit of white to the back. There's some pretty solid chunks of metal. I'm guessing there's going to be like a tiny little bit. Yeah, there's like a tiny little bit of the ship left, which is really struggling to be hit. Okay, so that's far too much. It's now back heavy by quite a long shot. So now we have to add something to the front, which could be like a main turret, honestly. Here's the problem with using these things: they do require a lot of balance. So lead. Oops. That's what I wanted to do. That's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to cut a hole straight into the ship. Yay, cutting holes in ships, eh? Okay, so lead blocks. It's currently back heavy. So then we want to just add the lead. We could just add it in lines here. Even better yet, in the actual engine section. One, two, one, two, one, two, one, two, one, two, one, two. Of course, lead is far, far heavier than metal, so we have to look every time we add it, just to make sure we don't overdo it, because that would be terrible. How about here? Now that I'm fairly certain we'll overdo it. The front's now dipping, yep. Yep, okay. So let's half that then. Again, the lead's a non-permanent addition until I figure out exactly what's going to go everywhere. Right now, what we're doing essentially is like a skeleton build. We're building like the very basics of each element we want. Okay, there we go. That's almost perfectly balanced. And the ship is happy again, though I'm fairly certain that these thrusters will be pushing us up because they're on the lower side of the ship. So those will have to just go... Well, we'll figure that out afterwards. A little bit front heavy, but not enough to really be too much of a concern, particularly if it's going to be flinging itself up into the air. So save vehicle, once again we'll restart just so we can get back to the start of the circle. The resource zone. Actually, I could just turn... You know what, just turn on, you'll go against that, so let's see if you turn. Definitely the turning, definitely not the turrets. That's not as bad now, actually. Now the front's been weighed down more, that's not actually as bad. That's actually acceptable. Okay. Fire everything! Oh, look, I love fast shooting turrets. I wonder if they're landing... Okay, well, we can actually see thanks to the splashes. I think it's got one block left. So now it'll turn to face it because it's too far away. Actually, that's not acceptable anymore. Nope. Yep, those thrusters really need to be changed. So things we need to do change thruster position and change the turret's barrels so they have an additional recoil suppression. Okay. We're a bit of lag here for no reason whatsoever. Okay, let's oh, we've took damage, so that means one of our turrets did actually manage to hit itself. Not by much of them. Okay, so air, and then we want the... Where are you, my lovely thing? Do jet stabilizers work? They do affect pitch, don't they? So would perhaps 4 of these then help out quite a bit? Because I have them on the other side to help it stop from tipping left and right, but I didn't really think until just now. Why don't I add them on the back and the front? Oops. I really need to stop deleting stuff. Thankfully that wasn't a crucial piece. Because when it's stationary, this thing's actually, like I say, it's pretty balanced. It's just... It's very difficult to imbalance an airship correctly. A plane's okay, because I see a plane that can actually correct itself in the flight with its wing movements. Airships can't. Airships don't have that luxury, meaning that this thing does have a tendency to do whatever it wants to do in terms of stuff like that. We're actually gaining height, that's what I'm hoping to see. Good we are. Good. So, air and engines, huge engines, probably once back on the hull, honestly. There we go. And let's add a piece of this then. So we want this higher than it was. It was there before, so let's put it on this actual section itself. Put it 1 higher, because I don't like the look at that. There we go. Kind of looks like a whale. Oh, it actually does! 2 eyes and a mouth. Cool. Okay, save it as is. And then let's spawn anything. Spawn a water buffalo. That thing can actually fight back, so I feel less bad about it. And hopefully we'll turn to engage. Where is it? It's there. Okay, so we're actually turning away from it because we're too close. And yeah, we're not doing a stupid pitch turn anymore. Actually, no, not at all. Fantastic. We do need some pitch turn, however. This turn's remarkably slow. No, all I need is more thrust on the front. Because if it's not going to pitch anymore, which of course it isn't, that means that we're going to need more actual force to actually turn the front. So something along the lines of that should help out big time. Yeah, that actually turned us all the way it wanted to turn. Good. Okay, so that's, for now then, Threads, is how I'm going to set up the Influenza. Lots of very simple side turrets and 2 laser weapons, of course. It'll be cleaned up and prettified later on. I'm going to be changing these rudders. Oh, look how sharp that turn is. It can turn on a dime now. Fantastic. I'll be changing the actual propulsion system, so that these are the dedicated helicopter blades, which will A, reduce lag, and B, be a lot more powerful, so this thing can be a lot faster if I need it to. In fact, it could be up to 20 times faster. Actually, no, more than that, because these aren't even on full speed, by the way. Because I wanted it to be a bit calmer. Ah, yeah, these turrets do run out of ammo, don't they? Yeah, I think I'm actually going to change the turrets completely. Yeah, I've just decided the turrets are either going to be... Actually, I know exactly what I'm going to do. The middle one is going to be a rocket pod instead, so it won't actually be a turret. These 2 are going to be altered heavily and going to be a custom turret which I haven't used before, so it'll be something completely different. Yeah, that'll be it. Also, we need to be further out still, so I need to change my AI one last time so that we're not as close as we are currently, because it's not actually trying to disengage its run, which it really should be doing, and trying to get far enough away that the laser turrets can hit the thing, since, well, these aren't exactly as powerful as the 2,000 damage per shot, 4 shots per second lasers. Now, are they? They're about 200 damage per shot, and far slower shooting. No, not slower shooting, but they're less accurate as well. Yay, one laser gun is actually working. Yay, laser guns. So, yeah, sorry for the shortest episode, Threads, but that is that. We've been renovating the Influenza. I hope you've enjoyed the episode, and of course, if you have, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and shows that longer, more influential Influenza episodes are needed in the future. So thank you, and goodbye. Have a lovely day, do take care, until next time, goodbye.